Saints fans, we need your help. 65% of people that came across our channel in the last month are not subscribed. Let's change that. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button right now for Saints news and Saints rumors. Saints fans, welcome into Saints Now. I am your host, Will Scott, and you know what we do here. We're talking about Saints news, we're talking about Saints rumors, and we begin today's show talking about Marshon Lattimore, who ranked number 2 among all corners, voted by NFL executives, coaches, and players. This was an ESPN article that was put out. Last year, he ranked number 7 in that same list. Coming off of a season that he had career high, 18 tackles, 19 pass breakups, and now number 2 on this list that was voted by his peers. Outstanding recognition shown to Marshon Lattimore. Here's what he did last season. 19 pass breakups, 3 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, 68 tackles, was a huge part of that Saints defense once again. And it was great to see him lead the NFL with 19 pass breakups, and he just got better throughout the season. I mean, I think halfway through the season, this guy just turned on and became an even better player. Kind of an NFC, who's agreeing with me, kind of as an NFC defensive coach who said this: he got back closer to what he looked like in his first couple years in the league, hit a turning point in the season where he was really at his best, and it showed up. Physical and competitive, strong as hell. Coverage stats look like this: 106 targets, 61 receptions, 58% completion percentage, 826 yards allowed. He was number 1. Jalen Ramsey was number 1 on this list, followed by Jair Alexander, Xavier Howard, J.C. Jackson, Denzel Ward, Patrick Surtain II, Marlon Humphrey, A.J. Terrell, and Trevon Diggs rounding out the top 10. Jalen Ramsey, you could go either way. I don't disagree with Ramsey being 1, but I also would not have disagreed with Marshon being number 1. Now, did ESPN give Marshon Lattimore a fair ranking? Type F for fair or type U for unfair. Don't type FU. Let's keep this appropriate down in the comments section. Now, is Jameis Winston a comeback player of the year candidate? I would say yes. Someone agreed with me. Let's take a look at this. CBS predicted Jameis Winston for comeback player of the year. Last 4 comeback player of the years have been quarterbacks, so kind of similar to MVP. Most of the time you see a quarterback win this award, and Winston, coming off of that really bad knee injury in Week 7 last year, is certainly considered one of the favorites to win. Here's what Ryan Harris said: I've got Jameis Winston as the comeback player of the year. Last season, the Saints had over 9 starters at different times on the injured reserve list, and now 2 of them were quarterbacks. This was a championship now team. They have a championship focus this year. I like this guy, Ryan Harris. Plus, they add Jarvis Landry. They secure Michael Thomas long-term. I think Jameis Winston could even be playing in the NFC Championship. They could even be hosting that game. Let's go, Ryan Harris. So look for Jameis Winston to have an amazing season after that surgery and the talent that's around him. Producer Trace, keep it together. Plus a defense that even got improved. I really like the Saints and what Jameis Winston has an opportunity to do. Producer Trace and I have a lot of fun here on Saints Now, which is exactly why you should subscribe. Producer Trace and I are struggling to keep it together right now. Let's look at previous winners: Joe Burrow, Alex Smith, Ryan Tannehill, and Andrew Luck. Obviously Joe Burrow had that really bad knee injury, and then he comes back next year, hands down, comeback player of the year, wins the AFC Championship game, leads the Bengals to the Super Bowl. Hopefully Jameis Winston can do something similar. But when you look at what he was doing last season, he was on a great trajectory before that injury. Like, he was really, really good the first couple weeks of the season. 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I think the concern with him starting in the NFL again was the TD-INT ratio. Remember that 30 for 30 season he had with the Buccaneers, but he was not that guy in New Orleans. He was limiting the interceptions, which was great to see. I think he's going to be even better this year, coming back fully healthy. Will Jameis Winston win Comeback Player of the Year in 2022? type Y for yes, or type N for no down in the comments section. It's the pinned comment on today's video. When an ad break comes, go down. Let me know what you think. Is our guy Jameis going to eat that dub and win Comeback Player of the Year in 2022? Nick Underhill says that Tyrann Mathieu said on IG Live that he hasn't picked a number yet and that he'd like to get number 5 to represent the 5th Ward. You love to see it. And you know what? If it is number 5, how would it feel to be the first Saints fan to get your hands on a number 5 Tyrann Mathieu Honey Badger jersey? You can pre-order the jersey right there. Chatsports.com/honeybadger. It's showing up as the 00 when you go to that link because the number is not finalized yet. When it's number 5 or whatever it is, that will be the number that will show up at your doorstep. It's not going to be the 00. You don't have to worry about that. It's going to be whatever number the Honey Badger chooses. You can go get that, chatsports.com/honeybadger. That link is going to be in the comments and the description of this video. Let's get into some running back trade rumors. Obviously, any running backs that are on the trade block, the Saints are probably going to be connected to. One of those guys is Kareem Hunt. Now, Hunt says he's fully recovered from his injuries last season, calf and ankle injuries. 2022, the last year of his contract with Cleveland, so maybe it makes some sense for the Browns to move him because of that and the fact that they have a very full running back room. I mean, they have Dearness Johnson, they have Nick Chubb. They really don't need Hunt. I mean, obviously that'd be great for them in terms of just depth to keep Hunt, but you have an opportunity to go trade for Hunt and have him fill in for Kamara during a possible suspension, and then when Kamara gets back, you have a two-headed monster in the backfield. Here is what he did compared with Mark Ingram. So didn't play in as many games, but had more touchdowns. Look at that, average yards per carry, nearly 5 yards per carry. Hunt is by far the better running back. We love Mark, but Hunt's just the better option. Hunt would be great behind Alvin Kamara. I mean, like I said, it'd be a two-headed monster in the backfield. I mean, good luck stopping but either of those guys. I mean, think about this. If you want to get fresh legs on the field, if you want to give Kamara a little bit of a rest, and then you bring a guy like Hunt in, I mean, that's going to be unbelievable for the depth at running back, Trace.
Yeah, guys. Hey, it's been a minute.
I know. It's good to see you back, bro.
You guys. I'll be back on very soon, more regularly, I promise, first of all. But wanted to come on and give this one quick take. I think that trading for Kareem Hunt would actually be a really, really good move in the sense of depth, because let's go down memory lane and look how miserable last season was when we had no depth at wide receiver, and it was just an absolute mess. Like, that has ruined all aspects of not having good depth at any position. So, like, load it up, get as many quality running backs as possible, if you ask me.
Well, right now, when you look at it, I just don't feel comfortable with Mark Ingram being RB1 the first 4, 5, 6 weeks of the season, whatever it's going to be. That's why it might make sense to put this trade package together for Hunt. A third-round pick, I think, is enough to get him. And, yeah, he's a very talented back, and some people might look at that and be like, that's not enough. This is the last year of his contract in Cleveland. He's probably not going to come back to Cleveland as a free agent next year. That's why it might make sense for the Browns to move him now. But they're in no rush to trade Hunt. They like having the depth that they do at the running back position, so the Saints would have to make an appealing offer to get him. I think Dearness Johnson actually might be a more realistic trade target for the Saints. Would you trade for Kareem Hunt? Type T for trade or type P for pass. Down in the comments section, go down. Let me know if you would trade for the Cleveland Browns running back. Before we skedaddle, want to give some shout-outs to the Noti Gang, TJ Millerans, Cofre Paranormal Investigators, Nola Gang, Blake Wright, and the Janitor. Appreciate you all subscribing to the channel, having your notifications turned on. Like I've said over and over again, it's so important to have your notifications on, because if the Saints trade for Kareem Hunt, you're going to get a notification on your phone that we have put out a video about it. And I guarantee you we're going to be the first Saints channel talking about it. This is the best Saints channel on YouTube. Go down, subscribe, turn on those notifications right now if you're all about Who Dat Nation.